The Hello Neighbor franchise is big, and in this video I will try to explain everything that happens before Hello Neighbor 2. So let's get to where it all started. This is the first scene of Hello Neighbor. Nicky Roth is chasing a ball and then he hears something from his neighbor's house. This part here shows that Nicky is not very familiar with this crazy neighbor, but he knows more about the neighbor than anyone else. To understand the events of Hello Neighbor, let's go back even further. The Roth family has moved to Ravenbrooks. Nicky makes some friends and also builds a friendship with Aaron, who is the neighbor's son. They go around the town exploring and become close friends. Aaron introduces Nicky to his family. The Peterson family consists of Mr. Peterson, his two kids, Aaron and Maya, and his wife, Diane. As time goes on, Nicky finds that this town is a little weird, especially his neighbor. He slowly starts to fill in the missing pieces. Nicky finds out that in 1992, 7-year-old Lucy Yee, who was a friend of Maya, died on a roller coaster ride in the Golden Apple amusement park. The ride was designed by Mr. Peterson. After Lucy's death, people built a negative view towards him, and his family kind of stayed in the shadows. Also, the citizens of Ravenbrooks burned the park down. It was later found that the neighbor was also related to another accident which occurred in a park in Australia. Although he was a good engineer, he wanted to build some crazy rides, and sometimes crazy and safe just don't go together. Around this time, the events of Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek happen. The neighbor loses his wife after a car accident. This changes everything. The person holding the family together is gone. This results in Mr. Peterson and Aaron becoming that. Yeah, not caring about anything. Mr. Peterson was not anticipating what more bad omen was coming for his family. Maya convinces her brother to play hide and seek with her like the good old days, and a way for them to not think about the loss of their mother. But while playing, Aaron accidentally pushes Maya from the top of the house, resulting in her death. And a few days after that, the neighbor tells everyone in Ravenbrooks that his kids have gone to live with their aunt. Nicky, however, does not believe in the story told by Mr. Peterson about Aaron and Maya sent to an aunt far away. He knows there is something going on. He starts thinking about it every day, many times visiting Golden Apple amusement park to get the answers, even sleepwalking at times, sometimes in his neighbor's backyard. Insane, right? The neighbor knew about this and many times indirectly tried to warn Nicky, but oh boy, Nicky is not gonna stop. Along with his friends, he starts to spy on Mr. Peterson even more. They contact the aunt where Aaron and Maya are supposedly living. It turns out that the aunt has no idea about that. They also discover that Mr. Peterson has buried something in the park. After they report this matter to the police, the investigation begins. It turns out to be just a mannequin. Well, that was weird. The police do find out that Aaron and Maya are missing, and there was a case reported to the police station near the aunt's place, most probably done by the neighbor. This is when the missing posters are put up all over the town. During this phase, Nicky gets a note saying only red key. He also sees a flashlight from Aaron's room. He knows it's a SOS signal and Aaron is giving him these hints for help. Everyone starts to think that Nicky is getting crazier. He's told not to do any spying on Mr. Peterson. Even after warnings from his parents, friends, and the police, Nicky still tries to find the secret in the house across the street. In the neighbor's backyard, he finds some tape recordings. Nicky goes through all of the recordings. The final one was recorded by Maya while she is running away from someone and falls from the roof. Nicky learns that Maya is no more. Nicky was expecting some dark truth, but this was worse than that. He now surely believes that the neighbor has trapped Aaron in the basement, and that's when the events of Hello Neighbor begin. Nicky goes to the neighbor's house, gets the car key which helps him to get the magnet. He uses the magnet to get the lockpick and opens the door where the wrench is kept. He uses the wrench, climbs up the ladder and gets the red key. He goes down into the scary basement and finds that someone has been living down here. Towards the end of Act 1, we only see the neighbor catching Nikki, but as per the books, Nikki discovers a lot of stuff inside. He sees a room with photos of Maya and the neighbor's wife, a way for the neighbor to only remember the good days. Nikki searches even more, and inside the neighbor's office, there are a lot of pictures with notes written by the neighbor. The neighbor has linked that all of the bad incidents which have happened are somehow because of Aaron being present there. A bad omen maybe? With further digging, Nikki finds out that it was Aaron who was chasing Maya, and accidentally in that process, Maya fell from the roof. This again changes everything. The anger with which he got into this house was not justified. The neighbor was not guilty for Maya's death. Still, Nikki didn't find Aaron here, so he moves further, and inside of that basement, he finds stuffed animals, roller coaster cars. The neighbor created an entire prison fairyland. Nikki finally finds Aaron in this eternity of darkness. Mr. Peterson kept the only person he had left in this prison, so that he never loses Aaron. Aaron tells Nikki that it was all a plan of the neighbor. Aaron never gave any hints to Nikki. It was Mr. Peterson all along. Mr. Peterson knew that Nikki won't stop looking for what happened, and Nikki could be used as a good company for Aaron. That's the reason he lured Nikki in here, and now he will keep these two boys in the basement forever. That was all the neighbor's plan. Unethical, cruel, evil, but done out of love for the only one left in his life. So in search of the buried secrets, Nikki buried himself. Oh, that was a lot. But it's far from over. This time frame between Act 1 and Act 2, that's where secret neighbor is placed. Nikki's friends try to find him inside the neighbor's house. They fail at helping Nikki get out. Yeah, they are of no use. So as we know, Nikki finally with some help from Aaron gets out of the neighbor's house. And yeah, that dude is scary. Fast forward. Now we are in Act 3, in the future. But no flying cars, no robots. Yeah, a boring place. Nikki is grown up and living in a different location until this happens. Yeah, he is evicted from his flat. What do you think he has done to get thrown out? So, he decides to go back to his old home. The Ravenbrooks is different now. The neighbor's house is completely gone. I mean, almost. But we see that Nikki is still afraid of his past. Anyone will be after getting captured by the neighbor. In the books, we find that Nikki has always had nightmares even before coming to Ravenbrooks. Almost the entirety of Act 3 and 4 were just dreams, where he faces all of his past nightmares and overcomes them. Whether it be his fear of mannequins or the grocery store, which he's afraid of because his grandmother once forgot to take him back home from a grocery store when he was a child, a small child. Oh, poor Nikki. Most importantly, Nikki faces his fear of the neighbor. He protects his smallest self and finally gets over all of the things he's afraid of. Before walking out of the exit door, we see a small house. The neighbor is trapped in there with the shadow figure which was haunting Nikki before. This signals the fact that Nikki has conquered his fears while the neighbor has not. The neighbor has suffered a lot. The loss of his wife and then his daughter. Maybe he could have saved his daughter. Maybe. This burden will haunt him forever. Nikki finally wakes up from the dream. He's a different person now. No longer the fragile kid we saw at the start of the game. He has overcome every trauma of his life, and from the ending of Hello Neighbor, we can see that he starts to live in his old house happily. That was the end of the story for Nikki Roth. What a story, right? But wait, what happened between Act 2 and Act 3? Like that house just got destroyed. Where is the neighbor? Well, we know some stuff, but I will leave that for Hello Neighbor 2 to answer. So with that, I have come to the end of this video. Do let me know if you liked it and what your theories are. Also, a lot more is coming for the Hello Neighbor franchise. Hello Neighbor 2, an animated series and a VR game. If you want to see any specific content related to them, then do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.